Hello, Cindy A. Lewis here, and I am working on part 7 of my Learn Junk Journals with Me video. We are making this patriotic junk journal that we are working on, and in this part I'm just going to show you the pages that I pulled for the signatures and why I pulled them. And then in part 8 we're going to cover the inside of the junk journal with some muslin and then some papers on the side, because we're going to do a hidden spine. We'll put that on after we finish the signatures. Now, if you are unsure what signatures are the pages that you put inside your journal that you bind with thread or embroidery floss or some type of string or twine. And that's what makes your book. Now, I've watched I'm a Cool Mom, Jessica, and I've watched Cheaply Chic, and I've watched Nick the Book. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, I've watched Nick, and I will post their channels below because they are much more experienced than me, because we are learning together, right? So anyway, in this junk journal, I am going to make 3 signatures, which are 3 bundles of paper that I will sew into the binding. And I am going to make them a little bit smaller because this measurement, which you can see, this is from a book that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. So it has a curved spine already. So I measured that, and it is 1.5 inches. So I don't want to overfill it too much, because you can always build on the pages within your signatures. So I picked out, I'm going to make 3 signatures, and I've picked out scrapbook paper, coffee dyed paper, some special papers, and some magazine pages that I'm going to show you what I'm going to put into my signatures. I'm going to make 3, and I'm going to make them 8 pages each. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, so we're going to try that, make sure it's not too thick, but we'll see. So I picked out some scrapbook pages that all go with a theme, and these are from the Paper Studio Proud to Serve pad, and these are 12 by 12, and these are Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines papers. So I picked that because this is for an Air Force veteran. So these are the scrapbook pages that I picked, and this one. Then I picked some specialty papers and some coffee dyed papers. So I have set aside my coffee dyed papers. I chose 5 pages. I have more if I need them, but I chose 5 pages for that. And then the specialty papers I chose were, this is from a book at the Dollar Tree, actually, from letters from a coal miner to President Roosevelt. They wrote back and forth. His name is Frank Kovacs, and it's really cool that these letters were put into a book, and I thought it would be fun to share one. This is from 1902. Then I chose some pages from the Time Life books on flying jets. And here's a few of the pages that I chose to go in there, so you can see. Then I also chose a couple of pages from Life magazine in 1942. So these are really cool pages that I will put in there. And then I chose some patriotic melody from an old hymnal. And then this is our church's logo. We're going to use some of these pages, these logos from our celebration. An envelope, some writing paper, and some ledger paper. So that's what I'm going to put in my journal. I'm going to stack them together, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so before I put my signatures together, I need to know how much paper they need to be to cut them. So I measured the book, and the book is actually 5.5. So it's about the size of a regular piece of notebook paper, which would be 8.5 by 11. This is about 11. So if I fold paper in half, you can see it's going to fit just fine. These are just regular sheets. So if I use a scrapbook paper, you can see that that just is inside the cover edge on both sides, so that's good. But the height of the book is about 8.5 or so. So we want to measure our paper for height. About the largest would be 8.25. So I'm going to fix those up, and I'm going to combine the signatures together, and then I'll show those to you. Okay, so I have my papers cut, my scrapbook paper, my coffee dyed paper, and my specialty papers. And I'm going to mix them together to create 3 signatures. So it would be something like, you decide what you want on the outside. Like, for instance, I really like this one, and I would like it on the outside. So I would take some coffee dyed paper and maybe the envelope towards the end, and try to disperse it as well as you could. I'm going to put 8 pages in this one, so I'm not sure exactly. This I probably won't end up covering or something because it's an upside down picture. So then I would do this and maybe that. Something like that. And then I want to trim my pages. Some of them I don't want them longer necessarily, but I want them, I do like the different sizes that I've seen. So like that's one. And I'll come back and show you the others. Okay, so I have my 3 signatures. You saw put together this one. I probably will trim these papers to get them the same length to make sure that they're good. And again, just a mix of papers. We're going to make some pockets. We'll do a little sewing. The second one is this one with the blue stars, and we just included some different sizes of papers in this one. And then this one with the USA on the outside, the airplane, the music. And so there we have it. That's our signatures. And so we'll continue working on these pages, and then working on our book. And in the next installment, come back and see what we're working on next to finish our journal. So if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate you give it a thumbs up and share it. It helps my channel. And I appreciate you joining me on this journey of learning junk journals with me. If you would like to see more videos from this series, I have a whole playlist, and I will link that in this video. And I hope you have a good day. Until next time.